Welcome back to those viewers who are following my videos, and a very warm welcome to those who have found out my channel recently. So let's imagine that you are working on a sales data and you want to analyze those top 10 selling products by revenue that have really sold well across the country. So you have arranged the data set in descending order. Now you want to find out those top 10 rows. How you are going to do that? You can able to do that with the help of slice function. Now slice function, as the name suggests, slices the data set into various cross sections. It selects, removes, duplicates the rows by their location, integer location. So the slice function has a close resemblance with the arrange function, but it has more options to sort the rows based on the integer location. So slice function comes up with number of helpers that you can effectively use to slice the data set into various cross sections. So in this video, we are going to see the slice function and all its helpers that will help you out in slicing the data in different ways. So let's get started. I am going to start by loading a Dplyr package. Library Tidyverse. In this video, we are going to work upon the empty cars dataset. So let me view the dataset first. So it gives the information of various car models. Now let's start using the slice function. We want to print out the last row of the dataset. Fine. Empty cars. As is the case with all other dplyr functions, the first argument is always a dataset followed by name of the function, slice. Now here I will use end function. The end function with empty arguments gives me the last row of the dataset. Okay, so if I execute this, then it should give me the last row of the dataset. Let's check that Volvo 142E should appear at last row. Yeah, Volvo 142E, right? Print out the first row of the dataset. Find empty cars. Pipe into slice function 1. Number 1 is for the first row of the dataset. Mazda RX4. So let's check if Mazda RX4 is our first observation. Yes, indeed, Mazda RX4. Now you can similarly print out any row from the dataset you want. For example, slice 10, it should give me the 10th row of the dataset. Merc 280. Merc 280 should be the 10th row of the dataset. Right? Perfect. Let's move on. Okay, so let's move on. Print out the first 5 rows based on existing order. Find empty cars. Slice. Now in this case, I will use one of the helper function, slice head, and since we want to type out, we want to print out first 5 rows, n equal to 5. So that should give me the first 5 rows of the data set. You can check this. But there is one subtle difference between using the slice function and any of its helpers. If you want to use a slice function, then the argument to the slice function is the row number. In this case, we want to print out the 10th row from the dataset, so we have mentioned 10 as a row number. But if you use the helper function, then you will have to explicitly mention n equal to the number of rows. Now in this case, we want to print out the first 5 rows, so we use the helper function slice underscore head and because it's a helper function, we have to explicitly mention n over here, n equal to 5. Okay, so this is a very important subtle difference that you must understand while using the slice and any of its helper functions. Right? Fine. So let's move on. Print out the last 5 rows based on existing order. Okay, so I have empty cast data. Now, as I used head function for printing out the first 5 rows, I will use tail function to print out the last 5 rows. So slice tail and n equal to 5. So it gives me the last 5 rows from the data set. So let's check that. Here is a data set and here are the last 5 rows starting from a car model Lotus Europa. Perfect. Which are the top 10 car models as per miles per gallon? So empty cars, slice max. Slice max is another helper function that I'm using, and I want these 10 observations as per the variable miles per gallon. So I will mention that variable mpg and I want top 10 observations. So perfect. Now that should give me the top 10 observations as per the miles per gallon. Now here, can you notice one thing? Slice underscore max helper function arranges the data set in descending order. So if you go to the mpg variable, then you will find out that the observations are arranged in descending order using the values from the mpg variable. Right? Okay. Which are the top 5 car models as per the number of engine cylinders? Okay, so let's see. Empty cars, slice max cylinder, comma n equal to 5. Now can you observe one thing? Slice max cylinder n equal to 5 has given us more rows than requested. We have requested 5 rows, but output has actually given us 14 rows. So what is the issue here? Now you can see that this cylinder variable has a tiebreaker, and slice max function cannot able to resolve the tiebreaker, so it has printed all the observations, all the car models which has 8-cylinder engine. That's what it has given us, 14 observations. So you will have to somehow resolve the tiebreaker. Okay, now you can use one condition as with ties equal to false. So if you use with ties equal to false condition, then slice max will resolve the tiebreaker and will give you only the observations that you have asked for. Okay? Right. Which are the 10 car models with lower weight? Now in this case, I will have to use slice min function because I want to get the car models with lower weight. Okay, weight comma n equal to 10. So it should give me all the car models with lower weight. As you can see, 1.5, 1.6, 1.8 ton going up to 2.7 ton. Okay, right. You can use the slice helpers to randomly select the observations from the data set. For example, empty cars. Select 10 observations randomly from the dataset. Slice underscore random. Slice underscore sample is the helper function. N equal to 10. Now this should give me the 10 randomly selected observations from the dataset. You can either use replacement flag, so you can select the observations either with replacement or without replacement by using replace flag. Replace equal to true, it means with replacement. So and replace equal to false is without replacement. Okay, selecting the observations randomly from the dataset. Drop first 5 observations from the dataset. So I don't want to get those first 5 observations from the dataset. Empty cars. Slice function. Now in order to drop the observations, I will use negative symbol, negative sign. So minus vector of rows. In this case, I want to drop 5 observations, so 1 to 5. And as you can see that the first 5 observations have not got printed. For example, Mazda Expo till Hornet Sportback. So these 5 models have not got printed. They got dropped from the output. Okay, use negative operator. Drop last 5 observations from the dataset. Now this one is interesting. Now in order to drop the last 5 observations from the dataset, we will have to start from the bottom 5th position and work all the way to the first position of the group. So how can we able to do that with slice function? Slice. Now here I will be using, of course, the C function. We will have to start from the bottom 5th position. So N function minus 5 will give me the bottom 5th position all the way to the last position of the data set. So N function on its own will give me the last position of the data set. And if I print it out, then as you can see, the first observation of the output is indeed the bottom 5th position of the original data set, and the last observation of the output is indeed the first position of the original data set. So Mazda RX4 appears as first and Porsche 9142 should appear as a 25th observation of the data set. And we have printed out all this data set, leaving out the last 5 observations. Bit complicated to code this one, but the fun really lies in it, isn't it? Select observations among the group variables. Fine. So empty cars. Let me first group the observations by cylinder, slice head, n equal to 2. Okay, so let's check. So as you can see, the data set is grouped by the cylinders, but it has given me the first 2 observations from each of the group. So from group of observations with 4-cylinder engine, there are 2 observations. From the group of observations with 6-cylinder engine, there are 2 observations, and same is the case with 8-cylinder engine group. Okay, fine. And one more thing, The example I have not shown here, but if you have missing values from the data set, okay, there are NAs in the data set, missing values, and if you use the slice or any of the helper function of slice, then those missing values, those missing observations are placed right at the end of the data set. We have seen this case in arrange function. The same also applies to slice function. Okay, so let's quickly summarize. Slice lets you index the rows by their integer locations. Slice head, slice tail, all these are all helper functions. Slice head and slice tail select the first or the last rows of the data set. Slice sample randomly selects the rows. Slice min and slice max select rows with the smallest or largest values of a variable. Fine, we have come to the end of the video. If you are liking this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can hit that like button. You can hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as I post the video on the YouTube. And also, please share your comments. Those are very important for me. That will really help me to improve the content of this channel. I will see you soon. Take care and goodbye.